Hi, welcome back to my channel Takniki Gyan Guru. Today we will learn how to create a Linux box, that is Ubuntu box, from Windows machine. If you have a laptop or desktop, from there we will create a Linux box. Then let's get started. So to create a Linux box, we need some virtual machine creation tool. Like we today we will download and install Vagrant, right? So to download the Vagrant, we need to click here this https developer.hersheycorp.com Vagrant docs installation. So once we are here in this page, we need to click on this to install download. Click on this. It is for the Mac OS Windows. So let's click on this. This will download our Vagrant MSI. So it will take some time to download. Once it is downloaded, we will click to install. So let's wait for some time. It is now downloaded. We clicked so that it will open and will install in our desktop machine. We are installing from Windows. So the Windows installer is preparing for installation. Okay, so this is the first page. This is the license agreement. You need to accept it. You can go through all these license agreement parameters, and once you agree it, you can install. It will take some time to install the Vagrant into your system. Just to give permission to install this Vagrant to our system. So just click on yes. Let's start installing the Vagrant to your system. Now the installation is completed. Let's click on finished. You must restart your system for configuration changes made to Vagrant effect. So we need to restart our system. So let me restart and then come back again. Now machine is restarted. So let's check the Vagrant is already installed or not. Open a command prompt and type Vagrant version. Yeah, now the Vagrant is installed. So Vagrant is already installed. So we need to create a file, Vagrant file, to create a virtual machine. I have already created one Vagrant machine. Let's open this one and understand what it is. I'm just opening this Vagrant file in my VS Code. So this is the code I just written. This is a sample code. Not much configuration I have made here. So the first line, you can say Vagrant box. I define a variable where I mention the operating system I want, the Ubuntu/Trusty64. VM name, I mentioned node VM. If you want Windows different virtual machine, the operating system, you need to mention over here the VM name. Node VM, I just mentioned the node VM. You can name your virtual machine anything else, that is fine. And VM users, so I mentioned VM user. It is not required here. So for the further configuration, we will explain why we need VM user. And VM port 8082. So when we will access the VM, this port will be open, right? So this is the main configuration we have. Vagrant configure to config. Here we mentioned the configuration of this VM box should be Vagrant box. Vagrant box is virtual the operating system. We have the operating system we mentioned over here, vm config.vm.box, right? And the actual machine name config.vm.host, the vm name we have the node vm. So we will configure all the parameters we have defined in the above should be configured in the vm. So all the configuration should be done inside this block vagrant.configure, right? So we mentioned the operating system, mentioned the VM name. Now the config.vm.provider. So we have the virtual box installed within the along with the Vagrant. So we need to mention VM name and memory. What memory we are assigning to this VM. So 2084. So as per your requirement, you can mention your memory to assign memory to your VM, right? Now configure the VM.network. We are just forwarding, port forwarder. So the VM we are creating the port. The guest port is 8082. Guest port means we are creating a machine as a Linux box, Ubuntu box, that will open a port 8002, and my laptop's port will be integrated with this one. So the Linux box port will be 8002, mine also 8082, right? So that will be port forwarder. So I can access my HTTP request from 8002. So when I will open, like suppose I am deploying some application into my Linux boxes, and that Linux boxes will be that application will be open into 8082 to that application, right, inside the Linux box. If I want to access that same application from my laptop using www.localhost 802, then I can access this that application that is hosted in your Linux boxes, right? So this way we can do that. Right now what I need to do is, let me go to this one, right, this file. So I need to go to this location to run my create a Linux box. So let's go to cd, means you need to go to the folder where you have your Vagrant file, right? So now I am, let's see, dir. So I have Vagrant file over here, right? So when I have the Vagrant file, now how we need to initiate the Vagrant. So let's Vagrant init. You need to run this command Vagrant init. It will initialize your Vagrant. Let's wait. It will download all the required required packages or anything that required to create a Vagrant, create a virtual machine. So if you do not have the Vagrant file, then you can create the Vagrant init. Otherwise you should run Vagrant, because we already have this file. So Vagrant up. So when we run this Vagrant up, then it will create a virtual machine from here. So it's give me error, no usual default provider could be found for your system. It means it required some provider, that is VirtualBox. So we need to install VirtualBox first. Let's go to the browser. Let's download VirtualBox for Windows. Okay, so before downloading the VirtualBox, it needs some prerequisites. So for this VirtualBox we need to install, download C++ 2019. that is required. So let's download it first. So 15, 19 and 20. Let's download 64. Open this one. Okay, I'm agree. Yes, okay, I want to install it. The setup is installed successfully. Now I need to restart the system. So let me pause this and resume back once the system is restarted. Now the machine is restarted and my C++ redistributable is installed. Now let's go to the browser and go to the VirtualBox. Click on this button. We'll download the VirtualBox. Open this setup. Yes, I want to install. Click on yes. It is now preparing to install. Okay, now it is asking me to select next. A custom setup, if you want to install somewhere else, some location change, then you can do that, but I don't want to change anything. The location is also fine, so I'm just clicking on next. Reset. Okay, that's fine. I'm just clicking on yes. It is saying missing dependencies, Python core, Win32 API, installing the Oracle this. Okay, yes, ready to install. Now let's wait for some time. Installation is done. Click on finish and go to your command prompt and run the command again. Vagrant up. I guess I need to restart the command. Now it's started. Ubuntu could not find, attempt to find, install. Okay. Okay, now it is going to install the Ubuntu. Now the OS is installed. So run this command, vagrant ssh. So once you run this command, it will take you to the VirtualBox, the Linux box. Then you can run your command. So this is a new VirtualBox or Linux box is created. You can directly access that VirtualBox using SSH. Now you can see you are now on the virtual machines. You can run any command over here like ls, nothing is there, mkdir test. Now see ls test folder is created. You can say sorry, I guess sudo update. Now you're on my bed. It's a typo mismatch, typo mistake. So it will update your Linux box. And you can create a new file, win test.txt, vim command, I guess it should be vim. Now Hi, this is my first Ubuntu box from Windows. I just close this Vim editor using first of all escape button. Press the escape button and then colon WQ. That will close that editor. Now if you can type command ls, you can see I have already created one folder test and test.txt. You can print this cat test.txt, then it will print here. This will end this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will come back with more video on this. Thank you. Bye.